So this is kind of wild. Jeremy Corbell just sent me this. He said he asked the project manager for the government's largest UFO program if our government has in possession downed flying saucers. Said for the first time being interviewed on camera about this, he answered publicly, and the answer was yes.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck?
Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Here we go.
What does that mean? I just sent it to you, Jamie. Let's watch it. Just see what your take on this, because I know that you're fascinated by the subject too. This is a bizarre subject when it comes to disclosure. Let's hear this. I don't hear anything.
Maybe it's nothing, but what do you know about the phenomenon, about UFOs? What can you say for sure? Maybe it's nothing, but what do we know about UFOs, and where does this go?
As I said, what we know is what we gleaned from all of the data that has been discussed. And, that the
UFOs are real.
Tell me. Yes, UFOs are technologically sophisticated. They have performance characteristics that are, the 5 observables are sort of well documented, but they also have very profound effects on some people, or they have superficial effects on other people, but they do have effects on people. So going forward is to combine both of those, is to study UFO performance, and the hope is that out of UFO performance can come theoretical physics, which will eventually translate into engineering.
Does our government have downed UFOs from unknown origin that they've been trying and are trying to reverse engineer and exploit those technologies to understand the physics and understand that technology? Do we have that to work with?
I can't talk about that, but the answer is yes.
So this is from Weaponized, Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp's podcast. Just that answer alone.
So who is Combe? Who is he?
Well, he is, according to Jeremy, he is a program manager for the government's largest UFO program.
Which, is that Arrow?
I don't know.
It might be.
Jamie could find that out.
Yeah, the type of whistleblower protections that are available, I hope we can expand that so it's not just for UFO related stuff, but also for surveillance, to protect the Snowdens and Assanges of the world. We need that, and that's why I think that this office is going to be successful. It's because you can't, the people who are doing the black projects need to have reassurance that they're not going to be screwed after coming forward. And so, this type of legislation is so key. I had an exchange with Mellon recently, and he actually told me to mention this. So he was saying that Lazar should come forward through Arrow because because why not? If he was involved, then he could participate in that organization and put it through, because that's the channel that we have now.
The idea that someone is going to come out and say, we have downed UFOs, but we can't talk about it. What does that mean? Do you have something that was unidentified that is from some other state, some other government that you found, and it's unidentified? Or are you saying you have something from another planet? There's two very different answers.
Right, because the Chinese balloons included in this as well. So if that gets downed, that constitutes crash materials.
Right, what is it's unidentified. What does that mean? But are you saying that you have something that you're back engineering from another country? Or are you saying you have something that is of some completely unknown origin, outside of this world?
Well, based on the testimony from, whether you're talking about Roswell or particularly the one that I've been just loving deep in the rabbit hole is the Virginia incident.
That's the
in Brazil.
Yeah.
That is completely mind-blowing. James Fox did an epic documentary about it. moment of contact. And, you know, there are military whistleblowers in his documentary which say that the U.S. flew in and transported, can't believe I'm about to say this, but bodies and materials. Like, in this documentary, there's aliens running around all over Varginha, Brazil. And these two sisters and their friend saw it. The doctors saw it. They did X-rays on it. Like, they talked to these doctors, and
they did X-rays on the bodies.
They did X-rays on the bodies, and they had to demolish the whole wing of the hospital where it occurred because the smell was so bad that, and this was reported independently from the guy who saw the crash. Everyone said that it smelled like ammonia and sulfur, just like, and they couldn't get it out of their system for weeks. And so, you know, there's record of the hospital, you know, doing this, like this renovation. And I don't know, the speculation was saying that it's like maybe like a skunk or something, like a skunk
type smell.
Yeah. Well, no, but that's like a skunk. You know, animals have reactions when they're in a scary environment.
And that maybe these aliens have a similar reaction to like a skunk.
That's what everyone said, that the smell was so horrible that they couldn't get it off their bodies. They had to demolish the whole wing of the hospital. And like the weird thing about so Varginha is very similar to Roswell in that, like, when you go to Roswell, it's like UFOs. You know, it's a tourist attraction.
Right.
So you go to Varginha, there's like huge UFOs everywhere. It's like the culture at this point because the whole city was basically locked down. They had like hundreds of people all over the city saw military checkpoints or know somebody who was directly involved. And like, you know, I approached obviously agnostic on what is happening, but it's like you don't have hundreds of people saying exactly the same thing just out of nowhere. I mean, it could be some sort of government, but it was like the mayor of did you see Moment of Contact?
No.
Oh, dude, it's so wild. It's so good. It's so well done. He's such a great filmmaker.
Is there any evidence?
Yeah, there's lots of evidence. I mean,
like,
so all of the, I mean, there are hospital records. There are, you mean like in terms of physical? Well, James says that there is, and that he's, you know, on top of it to try to find it.